All right, hey folks. Yeah, so I just got this fancy dancy new direct UV printer. It can do up to 13 wide by 16 and a half tall, which is good for sets of plastics and mini playfields and a whole bunch of other little projects and playfield pinball-y type related things, and obviously some arts and crafts, which I want to do with it too. But the point of this is to try and print onto some mini playfields that I did some CNC work on, and yeah, I might as well just get to it. So what I did right now is I have added a piece of construction paper on the print bed so I can print an outline of the playfield that I want to print on. Now, ultimately, I'd make some jigs for this, but I just got this. I don't have time to really make jigs, and my CNC isn't always the most accurate when it comes to certain things. So once I get my laser cutter, then I can make jigs a little more easily, and they can be more accurate. But for now, I can just print directly onto a piece of paper and line things up. So let's select a file. As you can see, I was playing with some cat faces. But the first thing I want to try printing is a mini playfield for Christmas Countdown. Now, I do have a mini playfield on Christmas Countdown, but I haven't. I mean, it's kind of in the back. You can't see it much, so there's not going to be a ton of art on it, but there's going to be some because why not? It is a mini playfield. So this is the frame that I'm going to print first, and this is not going to be white CMYK. This is just going to be CMYK, and then I'll lock this. Nope, I'll lock this layer, and then the artwork for it is going to. Oh, not the artwork for this is going to be this one, and we'll line this right up so it's right in the middle of this thing. So this is going to be yeah, 3 white, and I think I want to do 2 CMYK. Anything more than 3 really doesn't it's like not needed per se. I did do a test print of different layers of or different levels of white on graphics, and for wood it seems like 3 layers is perfectly fine. So the first thing I'm going to do is just print that frame. So let's lock this, let's hide this. That way I know where to place this thing. Now, obviously, I can fit 4 of these on here. I'm not going to do 4 right now. This is just the very first test print of this thing. But, you know, it's worth worth a look-see. And I'm using 0 point calibration on this because I don't want to deal with snapshots or anything. So this print is probably going to take about 3 minutes to do just to get the frame on there. So let's print. So it's going to look to see what the height is. And I just have construction paper on there, so it's not going to get any height differences. You saw me push something down. I just didn't want any weird lift ups on the corners there, because then that could affect what it thinks the print height is. It uses a couple lasers to figure out what the print height is. And if a laser sees, oh, this piece of paper is lifted a little bit here, then it's going to affect what it actually should be. Now it's just kind of doing its thing. Oh, I should swap use to this. There we go. The printer is kind of doing its thing. It's doing its calibration. And now let's start. And according to this, it's going to take about 3.5 minutes print that just this outline. So yeah, this thing's pretty neat. Um, it's not the fastest printer in the world, but what do you expect for pennies on the dollar that this thing costs? But I can finally print some stuff on, like I said, plastic and wood and other little things. I'm gonna make some challenge coins and whatnot. I'm gonna make some uh plaques and things. But yeah, I can finally do some real playfieldy related prints. Because now it's printing. So this first pass is gonna be a little boring, obviously, because it's just printing the the outline. Yeah, and that corner curled up again. That's all right. Once I put the wood on there, it'll be fine. Now, I will say I did notice that this thing doesn't work great when printing just on flat pieces of paper sometimes. I tried using white. It seemed to not figure out the full height with the white. Maybe there was a curl on that sheet of paper that I put on there for whatever reason. So I'm hoping that this prints much better on this flat, non-white paper. And obviously, it can print on white, so long as it can detect the height. I think it was just an issue with a bright white paper, per se. Go take a look to see how the print is looking. Yeah, that print is looking much better. So if I want to do outlines and things, I should definitely use this construction paper. And now it's beginning to come out at the edge. You're able to see it. There's about a minute and a half left. And then I can throw the playfield on it. And but no, I did put a very tiny dab of whatchamacallit, blue painter's tape on the back of the playfield. You can see right there. That way, when I put it down, it'll stick. I mean, the thing doesn't move that much, but I just don't want to risk it shifting around a little bit. Can I rotate this? Oh, yeah, ever so slightly. I don't have a USB extension, so the camera is just kind of dangling on a metal rod. So I don't exactly want it to fall. All right, now it looks like it's done. So it should lower down, and I should be able to line this thing up. So I'm going to head over to the printer and line this thing up. All right, so when I made that outline, where is this? When I made that outline, I accidentally just did it with the art. So, where's the layer? Hide. Oh, yeah. So I did it just with the art. Um, what's actually supposed to happen? Yeah. So it's actually supposed to be like a little above there. So this will be tight. Um, but it should work. Now I know. Now I know about the outline and not to be dumb about it in the future. Okay, so this I'm gonna print now. I hid the outline layer. I hid the outline layer, and now I just have the art layer. So let's print this. I'm gonna do a 0.3 millimeter, or no, a 0.25 millimeter choke that basically pulls the white ink in a little bit, so it doesn't bleed out the edges. And yeah, let's do it. Let's see how this prints. This is gonna definitely take longer than 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever that was. Probably is gonna take closer to 15 or 20 minutes. So right now it's taken uh, a video of or a set of images of the thing, so we can kind of determine roughly where the object is. And it's pretty good. It does use a little bit of LLM to determine image shapes and boundaries and things. And there's also some LLM stuff in here because you can do 3D prints and whatnot with this too. But now it's going to figure out the height of it, which is the lift up. And yeah, like you can see, it's saying measuring height. And then once it's ready, it'll say, yeah, let's do it. Okay, so this is going to take 0.6 milliliter, 13 minutes. That's not bad. Um, yeah, 12.1 millimeters, which it should be about half an inch. Well, it's a little less than half an inch because I did some sanding on this thing. Um, yeah, it's using the most white. I'm not doing any clear coat on this. I can do clear coat, like a couple coats of clear as a second pass, but I'm also thinking of just using regular clear coat after I do a print, and not even using the clear coat in this thing. I haven't figured that out yet. This is all experimentation, just learning. So now it's starting the print process. You can see it says about 13 and a half minutes, a little less than 13 and a half minutes, 13 and a quarter minutes. Let's swap to this so you can watch the uh, the paint dry, so to speak, as it prints. And while it does that, I'm going to prepare another design that I want to try that's going to be a little bit more complex. It's not the final art for this next thing, but it's close enough. Where does it live? Lives in here. Go. Well, this next design, I'll show you in a second, is going to have actually a custom mask layer that I want to print. Okay. Well, while that's printing, I'll swap this over. Okay, so this next design, this has 3 layers that I'm going to experiment with. So layer 1 is the schematic, so I know where to line the thing up, right? Obviously, I only need the frame on this, but I have the whole schematic here because why not? Then layer 2, and actually layer 1 needs to be purely CMYK. Layer 2 is the mask. So this mask you, is for like dimpling, well, not dimpling, dithering these left inserts here, because these left inserts are going to have color on the whole thing. So this is going to have uh this is going to be 2 layers of white and 0 layers of CMYK. So this is purely going to be white. So this is going to be pass 2. Like two layers of white. Purely going to be pass 2. Now pass 3 is the image itself. This is going to be CMYK white, but this is only going to have 2 layers of white and then 2 layers of CMYK. So, as you can see, where those inserts are, it's just completely colored. So, by having this mask in here, this mask should, in theory, add some interesting visuals and blending from the insert to the color itself. Now, as I said, this image isn't fully done yet, um, because I do want to add a little bit more interest on this and a little more shading and whatnot. But it's good enough for a first test, and I can always sand it off. I think. Um, and actually, while I think of it, this thing should be yeah. See my yep. That's yeah. This material should be wood. This is gonna be wood, and this is gonna be have a choke of 2.5 again. How are we doing with the print? This is 27%, and we get another 10 minutes. So this will be the next print I do. And this is also kind of centered on the thing, so it'll be oh, it should be 0 point. So, and the frame will kind of overlap the previous frame. I mean, I don't really care. I could unlock these and kind of adjust the whole thing. Pull it up a little higher like that. I guess sure. So it's not overlapping as much. Whatever. It doesn't matter much. So yeah, now we wait. Oh, not that one. This one. Sorry. Here we go. Now we wait. There's another 8.5 minutes to go. I'm gonna go get a drink and use the bathroom, so I will be back. So anyone watching, please do enjoy the light slightly shimmering across as the printer prints. Hey folks, how's the print coming? I still got about 5 minutes to go. It's such a small playfield, you don't see anything sticking out yet. Kind of funny. I'm gonna go use the old flashlight and see how it's coming. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty cool. That's looking pretty cool. Oh man, 4 minutes can't end quick enough. Oh, I'm really excited to try this next one. Definitely a couple blemishes on this playfield. There's couple pieces or a couple sections of wood that kind of got mushed in with the inserts. So this will be a good test to see how that works. And I think I am going to do some UV over this, which involves actually a couple more layers. I'm going to switch back to this, and I'm going to prepare those other layers because with this thing, I am going to need these things. Selection. This needs to be its own UV layer also. I mean, this is gonna need to be its a fill layer. So if you have when you put clear coat down, really you want to fill in all the gaps with the inserts. Um, I don't know how bad the white is gonna be because I have that clear section, the stippling section, right? Like this stippling section. I don't know how bad that's gonna be, but this section right here where these inserts are, there's no art on those things at all. So I technically really do need to have a secondary um flood fill in the gaps layer, so to speak. So I'm gonna name this file save as um math uh clear gaps, and then undo this, and then this I'm gonna select over here. Selections for gonna be save as um oh wait a minute, this isn't quite right, is it? Well, I'm gonna fill in the gaps, and then I'm gonna do a I need a full flood. Hey, hold tight. I need to Mickey Mouse a few things. So this is my full shebang. Um, that's not gonna be deal either. Just take this. Not gonna be ideal either. Ugh, I don't have Photoshop on this computer, and I made the playfield on Photoshop. All right, I can Mickey Mouse with this. So this, delete that, load this, that, these circles, selection, modify, expand, 50. Oh yeah, that's finished. Um. All right, let's kill this. Let's kill this. Oh wait, nope, nope, nope. It came back to life. Let's. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's pretty good actually. Also, okay. Um. So now let's select all of. No, no, don't select all of this. Selection, vert, add, fillet. So this is going to be the flood layer files. Playfield, playfield, clear, flood. Because I want it to cover the whole thing. All right. Okay, let's check out to see how this mini playfield came out, and it looks like it's pretty good. Looks like it's pretty good. Watches. Light on. Oh yeah, this thing's awesome. Yeah, I'm happy with how this came out. I'm very happy with how this came out. Where's my pass? Oh yeah. Oh, this looks great. Okay, so yeah, the black definitely pops up a little bit. So that's a good thing to learn. Oh, yeah, and this is really cool. Okay. So what does this tell me? This tells me since the black pops up a little bit. Let's swap the camera view. Okay, so since the black pops up a little bit, we need to do a little fun time, happy time. Let's select all the black. Let's selection invert. Delete this. Let's put this. We could use something other than pink. How about we use cyan or kind of bluish to denote clear coat? Okay, so now this, all the black needs to go away. There, and let's not get rid of the black. Get rid of the black. Okay, so I don't want to print on the black. I'm going to do a layer of clear without black. So this is kind of the fill in the gaps. Let's see how deep is this? That would actually probably work pretty well. That would work pretty well, I think. Just looking at this playfield. I'm gonna call this. I need this in here. Oh, now this I'm going to basically Boolean operate this that from here because you know that's not part of the playfield. I don't want to waste clear on something that's not part of the playfield. So this I'm gonna call um, gap 2. Files. Oh, stop that. File save. Um, clear gap. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now for this thing, I have mini playfield clear. I can't drop in this program yet. So mini playfield clear. Mini playfield uh, gap 2 playfield HUD. Grab all of those here. Okay, so hide each one. So I know exactly what I'm working with. So this so this is going to be purely clear. This is going to be one layer. This is going to be purely clear. Um, gloss varnish. This is going to be 2 layers because I want to really fill that up with this black, and then this is going to be clear. This is going to be 3 layers. So it'll do 1 layer of gloss in the inserts, 2 layers of gloss around the black lines of this thing, and then 3 layers of gloss flooding the entire top of it. Okay, so that's the idea anyways. So first step is I need to print the schematic out. So I'm going to print this. Take about 5 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that. And it's just going to be, on the same spoil paper, whatever. And then once I have that, I'm also going to tape this down like I did previously, because that worked pretty well with that other one. And because I'm using the actual schematic on this one, it should line up a bit better. I mean, this other playfield, you can't see it right now, but this really did come out pretty dead on, and I'm really happy about it. This is gonna look really cool. So once I get the hang of this, I am gonna start making these mini playfields to sell, because I would like to help fund my pinball endeavors, but I don't like asking people for money. So instead, I rather have something for people to buy that they can use to support me with this. And they'll get something in return. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna have like, okay, this is 5 minutes because it's larger. And if that other mini playfield took, what was it, 17 minutes or something? No, it took 13 minutes for that. I suspect this one is actually gonna take quite a bit more than 13 minutes because I'm doing so many layers. It's probably gonna take probably about 40 minutes for this. Now, I mean, ultimately, again, I can fit 4 of these on a single platter. So I wouldn't be doing one at a time, one at a time. I'd be doing 4 at a time. So it would make a lot more sense. Um, but for tests, I'm just doing singles because I don't see a reason to potentially waste things if things don't work out. So far, this is working out really well. I'm really happy with this. And I'm going to take this other mini playfield that I just printed, and I'll throw, what is it? Um, Minwax water-based clear coat on this. I'll do a few layers of that on this. Now, I am putting that varnish on this next one, so I'll see the difference between varnish and the clear coat, I would like to use the varnish, or at least a few layers of varnish to really get the thing solidified on it, and then maybe less layers of Minwax, whatever clear coat, to simplify the finishing process on these. But I will see. Yeah, this will be interesting to see how how many layers are needed for each type of bump. Oh, this looks so cool. Sorry, I'm really I'm giddy. Whenever I get a new tool, I always get giddy and very happy to play with it. As always, this video is going to go up on my YouTube channel, Lynn's Custom Pins, so you can watch it again if you ever feel like it. And people not watching it now in YouTube land, it's uploaded for you to see. Please like, comment, subscribe, yada yada yada. Ring that bell, yada yada yada. Um, but cool, I'm excited. Yeah, I do wish it was faster, but I'm just happy that it's here and it works. It was a little bit of an uphill battle getting this to work. I had to do like 5 deep clean cycles and 3 regular clean cycles and a whole bunch of test prints and lineup prints just to get the tubes flowing on this thing. So you bet your ass I'm going to be using this every day because of how long it took. I don't want to have to go through that again. About halfway done with this lineup print. There have been some people watching on and off, so oh, I see there's a Chris here. Oh dear. Oh dear God, help us all. Yeah, so here's another view of that. Oops, that's not going to work. I need to kind of make this full screen again. Um, here's another view of that playfield that just printed. For anyone just showing up, it worked out really well. So I'm excited to see what the next one. This one didn't have inserts. This next one does have inserts. So that's the real test. And it looks like in another minute it'll be ready. Yeah, so just printing on construction paper like this, it is printing out a little fuzzy. It's obviously not indicative of what the actual print's going to be, but I'm sure it has a lot to do with just the shallowness of the paper, and that's fine. Maybe eventually I'll get some cardboard stock to print on for these lines. Well, I mean, ultimately I'll have a jig, so I won't have to worry about it. Most of these things are going to be jigs, and this is just testing for now. Forty more seconds. I'm gonna head over there and I'm gonna start. Okay, it sounds like it's finishing. This seems to make a similar noise every time it finishes of like lots of gasping. Out of it probably flushing some stuff out of things. I'm gonna head over there and I'm gonna go line this up so I can start the other prints. All right, that lined up perfectly, unlike the last time where I didn't have the schematics. So note to self, print the schematics or close to thereof on this thing. Okay, so that was that print. Next, I'm going to do a, so this is just the white layer, the white base. And I am doing these one at a time. Now, I'm sure there's a way to set up layers in order of operations, and that's probably something I need to figure out because I could, or I should technically just need to set up all the layers and then print one layer, then the next layer, then the next layer, then the next layer, one in after sequence. Um, but maybe the program doesn't work that way yet. I'm not really sure, like how it sends things out, and I don't want to waste that on good playfield. So I'll probably get a piece of scrap wood at some point, and I'll make some rough images, and I'll layer the images in a certain way, and I'll see what the order of operations is. It'd be nice if it prints one, then the next, then the next, then the next, in an order that I specify over on quote unquote print area. If I can rejigger that around. If not, maybe that's something I can suggest to them, because that would definitely streamline this print or this type of multi-layered print. Okay, this is going to take 0.37 milliliters of white. So I'm going to start making a running tally of colors on this for each of these layers. Um, E, E, Y, A. So this would be 0.37, I believe it was, and um, all of these should be laid out. Format number with two decimal. Oh, you're not. So layer 0 is mask 1. Layer 1 is image. That's gonna have CMYK 0 gloss. And layer 2 gloss so 1. Layer 2 mud local back. Layer 3 is going to be in all of these layers. There's going to be no CMYK or white. There's only going to be gloss. Okay, and then some. This total sum of all of these. All right. So this will tell me how much ink this is going to take for all of these different layers. And then and I can use this to calculate the cost of like what it costs to print this thing. Okay. Now remember, I mean, oh, I should write down the time for each one of these too. So um that and frame took what? 5.3 minutes. This took um I'll see in a second. I don't remember what that flood. That flood is looking pretty good. That flood is looking pretty good. That's 2 layers of white. Here, let me swap this back to this for a second. You can kind of see it poking out the back. The flood looks pretty good. I will do. Actually, I don't know how much you heard that. Um, so that lined up perfectly over there. Uh, there's a couple divots, but that's because when I knocked the inserts in, uh, the inserts kind of mushed the wood on the sides a little bit more, and I didn't put wood filler to clean that up. Obviously, for more final playfields, I'll put wood filler to help patch up those issues, but I don't need that for this. This is just a test. Ah, shoot, I forgot to see how long that took. I think that was like I'll put it down for 4 minutes. Okay, so now this next one is gonna be the image. So that has two layers of white and um one or 2 layers of CMYK. Now something I didn't think about, to keep things level, I might want to put a layer of clear in the colored inserts, like these colored inserts before doing this print. Because that'll help raise that up so it'll be a little more even when doing the color print. But I don't know if that's really going to be needed ultimately. Okay, so this is going to be 413.04.13.17.12. to 1.17 and this is going to take 12.9. No, I'm sorry, that's the millimeters. And how long is this going to take? 18.25. 18.5. Okay, let's start. All right. I don't have a lot to say right now. How's everybody doing tonight? This is going to take 18 minutes to print this layer because of all the different colors on it, I guess. For anyone who is popping in, this was the first playfield print. Oops, let's stop the camera. This was the first playfield print, and it turned out pretty good for Christmas countdown. And I'm doing a bit more of a complex print now that has multi-layers or multi-passes on it. So it's interesting how the print head is set up, just by watching and observing. It's a single print head, but it looks like it's broken up into two parts. The upper part has one or more nozzles for white, and then the lower part is the CMYK and gloss. So it can do. So it first lays the white down and cures it before it even gets to the CMYK. I mean, that's pretty neat. Makes sense, but that's still pretty neat. There's another 15 minutes to go on this. So I will be back. First print. Printing another playfield right now for all those who just joined. That one's looking pretty cool too. There's one more I'm gonna print, but not tonight. I still have to get more artwork done on it, so maybe on Saturday I'll print it. I'll stream it. It's the Fairyland Tales mini playfield. Um, yeah, I got quite a bit more work to do on that one. None of the water or upper part of the playfield is made yet, or I'm not satisfied with it. And that particular mini playfield is almost the size of the print area. It's 12 by 15 or something. So, it's a decent sized mini playfield. So that'll be a really cool one to see for printed. And if this one takes, 40 minutes or so to print, that one's probably going to take a couple hours. Maybe less. There's about 8 minutes left on this print. And then I'll be on to gloss fill layer 1. mean there's two of me? Why is there two of me? There's only one of me. Or at least that's what the other one told me. About 3 minutes left. So looking at that, I might only want one layer of clear to fill in the black resin gaps. That's going to be this one. So yeah, I have this set to 2. I'm going to make this set to 1. And I'm going to set this one to... That is actually going to be pretty deep. That one, this is the next layer, actually. Okay. It sounds like it's finishing up. I'm gonna head over there, take a quick peek. Yeah, it's finishing now. Okay. So now, um, it's gonna be this one. Varnish only. A lot of varnish. Huh. Well, I guess it's only doing a. And this is. And after that, it'll be the full flood minus black. So, all right, this one is next. So what I might need to do is use 5 layers of white on these, just really to fill in the wood grain. Um, it has nothing to do with the color itself. It just, I think it'll add that extra bit of body needed for the wood. But I don't know. Maybe adding the varnish will smooth everything out. Maybe throwing the clear coat on this other mini playfield will clear, and buffing it will clear it all out. So it might not be an issue. It'll be something I'm gonna experiment with this week, I guess. Tomorrow night, I'll actually, what's the weather gonna be like? Need a nice day. Clear coat. Uh, Saturday is gonna be nice. So Saturday and Sunday, I'll probably clear coat what I have and experiment. Let's take a look at this varnish. Looks pretty good. So I'll go ahead and do this one now. Now I also 3D print my inserts. So, and I use a resin printer for that. So the resin from this thing is just gonna like hard adhere onto the resin from my inserts, since they're very similar UV curing material. So it'll be basically the equivalent of adding more layers onto the that. So that's actually kind of nice. That'll help really lock the inserts in nicely. At least I hope. And again, as I said, if I can do this all in a single ordered pass, like a single print that's a series of passes, it won't do the song and dance every single time, and I'll probably save a little bit of ink as well. I'll certainly save some time being able to set up my print stack. Okay, so this is going to take zero point 0.3 milliliters of that, and it's going to take 5.5 minutes. So let's do it. It's actually not that bad for this. Um, and then the full flood really isn't going to be much more, so it's probably going to be. I think the full flood I'm doing this. I'm doing a single layer. The full flood might end up being 1 milliliter total. So that would put this. Yeah, that would put this firmly at about 2.5 milliliters of ink for everything. Isn't bad. All right, and I was just doing some spreadsheet calculations. Oh wait, there's about a minute left on this. All right, let's see how that varnish looked because that was a mostly full flood, but that was also to fill didn't do the black line, so I'm gonna see how it even that out. Okay, to even the black lines off, um, I think I need to do 3 layers of varnish for that, actually. And to fill the insert in properly, I think I also need to do 3 layers of varnish. Or two layers of varnish, right? Well, yeah, because that oh, I need to do the insert in the outside frame and then the inside. That's all right. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna do both that layer and that layer, and I'm gonna change these a little bit. So this gloss layer, yeah, I'll leave that 2. This gloss layer, I'm gonna put another 2. Um, yeah, so it should do. All right. So it should do the 2 more of the insert and then 2 more of the full flood. Fill everything up and in. So that would be a total of 3 of the non-black flood, 4 of the inserts. Add some information. So this should be 4, 3, 3. Okay. 4 total. That. This is going to be 3. So that was 1, and I changed it to 2. So this is going to become 9. Okay. I'll print this. So I guess this will be interesting to see if it first. This will be a good test, I guess, because this will see if it first prints the inserts and then goes back and prints the flat. If it does, I really hope it does, then that means I can order things in this layer view, this print area layer view somehow. I guess based on what I add to the canvas or some such. Um and I can just do everything kind of in a single print job instead of all these different passes, and it's less time that I need to fuddle with the machine. Point 0.62. That's what I expect. This being and this will tell me how many layers I need also. Because if I can just use the varnish off of this, like a bunch of layers of varnish off of this, and there's it has enough build up, then I can just sand and buff directly off of this rather than needing to put additional clear coat on it, which I really want to avoid if I can. Okay, let's see what this is doing. All right, no such luck. I guess it's going to do it all at once. It just flattens the image and the workload, and it does it all at once. Either that or it does the bottom first, then the top. Can I reorder this? No. So I guess that's just how it does it. Oh, I can reorder it. So wait a minute. Maybe it's going to do the gloss varnish first and then the flat because the stack is from the bottom up. Oh, that would be interesting. Okay. If that stack is bottom up, oh, that's that's awkward. That means it goes top to bottom here, but bottom to top here. Oh, oy. Um, why did you guys make the layers inverted like that, guys? Oh, okay. Well, we will see. Because that would be really cool if that works. Yeah, that would be that gloss. That means obviously then this. Oh, this layer would be first. Then this layer. Then this layer. Oh, I'm sorry. Then this layer. Then that layer. Then that layer. Last. Yeah, why are you. That would be really awkward to do it that way. So if it goes bottom to top, this, then this, then this, then this, then this. I mean, still, if the stack works that way, that's fine. I can make do with it. But I won't know until this is largely done. This is taking 17. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. This is taking gonna take some time. Sorry, I don't have a whole lot to say right now. It's just print time. There's another 10 minutes to go on this. Or I can do the final flood varnish, which will probably also take about 17 minutes, just like this one. So if this doesn't work the way I hope it does, and go back and do the other layer as a separate operation, I might not do the varnish through this. I might use the varnish just to fill in some gaps, but not for the type of flood that I'm doing here. Um, it seems to be taking a very long time. So, based on my calculations, all the varnish passes would be like 40 minutes, and the print itself only takes about 25 minutes. So, I mean that's a lot just for varnish. Because now, if I can, like I said, if I can set it up so it just does it one pass at a time, and it actually goes back and does things as separate passes, that would be great, because then I can just set it up and I forget about it, and it will probably be a lot less than an hour and 10 minutes or so. Because also I'm not Mickey Mousing with it, and it's not recalibrating itself every print and or every pass and whatnot. Um, but in about uh, 4 minutes, when it's theoretically done with this pass, I guess I'll see. I'm gonna go take a quick peek to see if it's actually just passing uh previous point, because at this point, I would expect it to not necessarily be as far up the playfield as I think it is. So I'm gonna go take a quick peek. I don't know where on the print head the varnish is. I suspect it's on the lower part of the print head, but it is pretty far up the playfield internally. So it's very possible it's going to come back in time and do the second pass, as I hope. He said we'll see in maybe in about 3 minutes or so. So the previous varnish pass, just to fill in the things, took 2.5 minutes. So um, I guess in 4 minutes we'll see. 3.5 to 4 minutes, we'll see if it slides back and does its uh, second varnish pass. I'm gonna go see how now that it's poking out the bottom a little bit more. I'm gonna see how even it is with the outside wood. Okay, so the inside section is pretty flat now, um, compared to what it used to be, or at least it seems to feel pretty flat. The image compared to the wood still isn't, but I still think that's because I like how I'm doing the inserts as a separate pass. Technically, as I said, it should be the inserts and the wood as the second pass, as a pass itself, and I didn't do that. So if I did that, I think then the varnish would be raised up to the level of the black ink on the outside, just like it is on the inside of the print now. That obviously would take more time. Um, yeah, so it's looking at uh, over, close to an hour just for the varnish pass on this. If I want to do all that, that might be too much. I don't know. I'll experiment. I'll do more experiments offline. All right. So in theory, within the next minute, it should roll back in and do the other print or the other pass. If it works the way I really, really hope it does. We're at the 3.5 minute mark. So fingers crossed that works. Any second now, maybe. Hmm, maybe not. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna go in for the second pass. That's too bad. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I would have expected it to roll back in now. Oh, oh, oh. Maybe it is. Wait a minute. Looks like it's ending a pass. Is it gonna roll in and do the second pass? Or is it just gonna end? No, it looks like it's just ending. Alright, well, I was hoping. Well, that potentially means I can do multiple layered passes like that with varnish. I mean, it might work. I'm gonna go take a look at it. Well, I'm not going to waste time with the other varnish passes right now. It's getting late, and I've learned a lot. I've learned like how I need to set this up. Where's my flashlight? But I'm gonna go show this to the camera so you all can see. Actually, I can probably bring the camera over here. Swap this. And, hey there. Oh, doesn't. All right. Well, anyways, rotate this properly. So there's the print. You focus. All right. Well, yeah. There's one of the prints. There's the other print. And this print, of course, has inserts that you can kind of see it. It's not exactly the brightest light. You can see it shining through. You can see a little bit of the pattern I put in there. Maybe I can make this brighter. Um, see. Hold that vertical like that. No, it's not going to show up in the video. But anyways, the insert looks fine. Yeah, you can see a little bit of the wood screw up right down over here. There you go. And right there. You know, that was me pushing the insert in oddly. But yeah, all in all, pretty good. Gonna make the playfields a little bit better. One. That's those two playfields. So cool. I'm quite happy. I'm gonna finish the art on this one, then I can print all those other ones in single passes. I'm also gonna fill in any weird gaps that I see over here. And this line right here, I think this is just wood grain just coming through. Yeah, this is wood grain coming through like really, really goodly. So I'm gonna have to figure out a good way to take care of that. But anyways, this was a success. And I can now print these things pretty nicely, and I can just practice and get even better at printing. So I guess that's going to be it. I will talk to you all again on the next stream or on the interwebs. Goodbye.